All right, I'm TJ Rowe from Overmind.com, and we're here today with two lovely members of completely different bands. And I'm going to immediately do what no interviewer should ever do and put them against each other. So what I want you guys to do is, like every generic interview ever, and because there's two different bands, introduce yourself, say what you do with the band, say what band you're from, and then say why your gender's the best gender.
I'm Mercedes. I'm the lead singer and guitarist of Courage My Love. And why my gender is the best gender? The world would definitely just die if females didn't exist, you know. You need us. You need us. So that's probably why it's the best gender.
My name's Kellen. I just, walked into the room and I'm that guy who just, shows up. Playing The Story So Far, and definitely not the best gender, dude, because without the woman there is no man, so you have to respect the woman. So.
Yeah, good one, Kellen. That's why he's one of the good ones.
Do we have a latecomer?
Oh, the rest of my band is here. You guys have been replaced by Kellen. We're sorry, everyone.
We're sorry.
This is Kellen from The Story So Far, and he's better than me.
So within your life, then, for both of you, what has been the most uncomfortable you've ever been?
It's really hard to shower in the bandwagons when they're moving because it's all slippery and the bandwagons kind of go over bumps and stuff, and it's also really hard to shave your legs when that happens, so that's pretty uncomfortable. I feel like I'm holding a knife to
That's like terror.
It is terrifying.
What's the most terrifying thing you've ever done in your life? Like the bandwagon has, just to preface it, has no suspension.
No.
So it's like when we drive down the 5, I compared it to being pushed down a rock quarry in a coffin. It's like sleeping. Like you're trying to shave your legs in that sort of situation is like. I mean, if you pull up, I'm sure if you pull up your jeans, you would have scars and
shaving your face is probably even more terrifying.
Well, I don't do it in a moving bandwagon because I don't wish death upon myself that badly. So I would wait till it was stopped.
I'm like a last minute, see what happens kind of person, so that's probably part of it as well.
I'm just saying, it might cost you one day.
One day I'll learn. I'll learn a lesson.
One day you'll learn because you'll be dead.
The theme running into this Warped Tour has been, they're promoting a lot of education things, and what would have made you guys stick with the education?
What would have made us stick with education as opposed to doing music?
And just enjoy it more in general. What do you think would have made you more connected to that?
Right. Well, I mean, I still feel connected to it in a way. I mean, because I'm 20 years old, I probably should be in university, but instead I'm touring in a band and stuff. But I haven't lost my connection with education. I still take online courses, I read as much as possible and trying to educate myself that way. And then I am not too proud to go to university when I'm 35. I don't mind, I wouldn't mind doing that at all. And I would definitely take something other than music if I did that, maybe criminology or English, or I originally wanted to go to school for human rights and peace and conflict studies and stuff. So it's still a goal of mine, but I think that life isn't this linear timeline that you run out of time to do anything. But right now, music is my focus because there's only so many opportunities in this life to be in a touring band, especially when you're young, and to be on Warped Tour, in general. So many people would kill for those opportunities. So it's just about seizing those opportunities when you have them. And education will always be there, I feel like. About. That's all you got out of the answer.
About.
Was just about.
Yeah, really, I just perked up when I heard about. I don't know. I dropped out of school after I was 3 years into college, taking an economics degree, and I dropped out because it's basically the anti-education. Because since I've been touring, I'm 2 concussions in. I'm just crushing brain cells, just swirling my head around. It's just early retirement, basically. Because it's now I'm just traveling and playing golf and doing all those things that people are gonna do when they're 60. I'll just do it now, I figure, and then
The world is your classroom. The world is your education.
I feel like I actually regressed just with everything I see happening. I'm wow, man. I don't think I'm really learning a lot out of this. I think it's more just like an experience, you know what I mean?
Just like the only time you perked up when she said the word a boot. I noticed that you probably have the most interesting socks out of any musician I've seen all day.
People just like bring socks because, I don't know, they feel like for some significant reason that I was in a band, they either like bring stuff. But these are Shark socks because I love the San Jose Sharks. And so I love socks. So you put the Sharks and the socks together, and I put them on my feet.
Do you have any fancy socks?
I don't generally wear socks, to the chagrin of my band members, because my shoes at the end of the day don't smell like roses, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah, I don't generally wear socks. I like my toes to be free. Einstein didn't wear shoes because he said they were too constricting.
Love socks. It's like socks are like kind of a liberating thing though, because it's like if you think about the ensemble, especially on Warped Tour, because you're wearing shorts all the time, it's like the most important part, the most important piece, the sock, right? It's like what's the last thing you get to, right? It's like people think they know you, and then they get to the sock, and they're like, wow, like definitely underestimated that individuals.
Socks do say a lot about the soul.
A boot. They say a ton about a boot, the soul, right? When you're in your hoose, you wake up in your hoose in the morning, you open up the drawer, you put on the socks, and you're a boot to go outside, and you just gotta like have the socks, man. It's
like your security blanket a little bit.
I was just selfishly trying to say as many Canadian things as I could.
You forgot big.
I forgot pasta.
Pasta?
Yeah.
A? There's so many.
Sam
I don't
Squanch,
even know. I can't. I've lost count now. I'm like this weird halvesy because
smokes. Give me
smokes.
Smokes.
Or pop. We say pop instead of soda.
You say jalapeno instead of jalapeno.
No, we don't. That's a myth.
You say kahake instead of khaki.
We clearly know that his favorite thing about Canadians is the way we speak. What's your favorite thing about Americans?
Oh yeah, we got two Canadians on this side. Yeah. Americans, I love In-N-Out.
I love how we just made fun of Canadians. You're just like, I love In-N-Out.
That's typical Canadian way, you know? I love In-N-Out so much. It's like the best. And I'm vegetarian. I still love it. I love the grilled cheeses there. I love Jimmy John's. I guess the food is what I would probably say is my favorite. And I mean the bands. And just being on Warped Tour as well, the fans are just so amazing as well. Like, because we haven't come here very often, a lot of these places we've never come to before. So they're just so thankful to have us here, and they're all just really enthusiastic. So probably just the sense of enthusiasm that follows us here rather than at home. You know, they're enthusiastic, but I think they're spoiled because they're used to us. So here they're like starving for it. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's probably my favorite thing so far. Boom. We talk very funny, but I actually love when our accents get pointed out, because then I feel really exotic and cool.
Lots of good things come from Canada.
Yeah.
Plenty of them.
I mean, you guys have like the most epic animal of your country, like an eagle, and then we have beavers and moose and geese.
Beautiful thing.
And when I was first kind of starting to figure out what my interests were and what I was passionate about, I saw this art form that I didn't know existed. And so when
I don't know. I feel like in general Canadians look pretty healthy, but like then it's like, oh well, the staple food of our country is poutine, fries, cheese custard,
and gravy.
Cheese curds.
Cheese curds,
whatever.